Hi, Chris. How you doing? I doubt we are the first ones, given how rosters have been built over the last, year and a half. That there's a lot of younger players that have come into the league. So, but it's for us as an expansion team, it was a mechanism that was going to be important, given where we are in the maturity of our squad and having to build out through expansion, college, and free agency. But it allows you more flexibility with the salary cap, bringing in young players with potential. And I think every sporting director will look at it in a different way, given where their team is at. So for us, it was important to bring guys in that could contribute. But at the same time, they are younger and do need their time as well. So it's important that we were gonna solely rely on them as players, but we do feel that they're also ready to play. All of them have minutes from their clubs they come from, and specifically with Moussa, he played at a really good level. League Two in France is a breeding ground for top talents into League One, which then feeds into all the great leagues around Europe as well. So it's an excellent league that he's coming from. Great development in France, as good as anywhere in the world. And so that gives us a really good feeling about where he's at in this stage of his career. To first welcome him to Austin like everybody else, and get him integrated and get him settled in as much as possible. And of course, have him focused on getting up to speed with how we play. And he will get a chance to do that, no doubt about it. And I think he will be another piece of our team. And I think it's not about just him, being the guy who's going to score goals, but having a center forward, a true number 9 will help our team. And it's pretty obvious, unfortunately, through injuries that we missed out on our number 9s playing. So him playing there, he's a natural fit in that position. His really good mobility, holds the ball up well. He likes to make runs in different areas. He can score in many different ways. He's also creative, good on the ball, and but he's a natural fit in that position. So it'll bring us a balance that we need. And at the same time, we believe and are confident that he's going to score goals, but also having someone like him will allow other players as well to get more assists and build confidence on what we've had is really good performances. And now we just need to make that final step and get goals. And, for us internally, it's about, once one comes, we feel that the goals will start coming. And so Moussa will be a part of our collective game, and we're excited about what he's going to bring to the club. Danny is going to be traveling to Colorado again to get reevaluated after surgery with Dr. Philippon. And he's progressing well, and he's not definitely out for the season. So I think we're still hopeful that he could recover in time for the later games in the year. So I think Josh maybe saw it as a coach in the short term and for a little bit of time that he's not going to be available. But surgery went well on his hip, and again he's going to be reevaluated, and hopefully there'll be some positive news. And all these surgeries are really different timetables, the way players recover. So there is a possibility that he'll be back at the end of the year. A big focus, and we need players to have that responsibility. That we've gotten in good situations, and we're creating chances. And now with the games we're going to have at home, but we're always evaluating options, in terms of bringing in players. And we do have another DP spot that we're continuing to have various conversations with, but it's it's ongoing all the time, really. And so we're hopeful to add right guys and make sure that every decision needs to be not only for the short term, but also for beyond into 2022 and 23. So that's very important for us. We can't react we have to stay calm when we make decisions and make sure we're bringing in the right players that'll fit into what we need and will provide for the years to come. Have a designated player spot available as well. So we started his P1 visa process, and hopefully that goes smoothly and he can arrive here, as soon as possible. But again, that's sort of out of our hands, but immigration attorneys do a great job speeding that up as quick as possible. We're going through, vaccination and quarantining as well. That will happen. So I think there's a more likely chance that he'll be available for the Seattle game on the 22nd than the game on the 7th, which would be a very quick turnaround. He also needs to get a little bit of a conditioning to get up to speed, but he's been training with Grenoble up until today. He's got a training program as well. Of course, he's got to come, and there's a time difference that he needs to adjust to, and so there's a better chance that it'll be the the July 22nd game against Seattle, and maybe best case scenario in our friendly against Tigres, he can get a run out and play at Q2 Stadium and get 15 to 30 minutes in that. That would be for us the ideal situation. Expensive in world football, but it's really about also everyone else and how we want to play around them as well. So I think we don't want to put any added pressure on Moussa, but it is difficult because if you identify a player who's scored and proven it and has banged in 20 goals in any good league, it's going to be very, very expensive, and there's going to be a lot of other suitors out there. So you need to find players that we believe are just, that next step away from breaking out, and and looking at what positions they get into, the different ways they score, they create chances, their movement as well, and also how hard they work off the ball. And that's the attributes that we like about Moussa. He's very aggressive. He moves into different spaces. He arrives and gets into good areas of the penalty box, and then he can finish left foot, right foot. He gets on the end of crosses with his head, and so it's our job as a team and to set him up and get him in the right places. And we believe he has those qualities to kind of go to the next level. And he's young as well, which is very important for us to get someone who is a little bit younger and mobile. But just for us, going back to what I said earlier, playing in League Two is a very difficult league, and scoring goals, in leagues like that are not easy. So he's been very successful, and he's very motivated. He had other opportunities, and of course, a player like him can go to other clubs, but he wanted to come to Austin FC and come to MLS, and that just shows the type of league that we are now, that we're attracting these type of players. So it's challenging. It absolutely is, because the moment a player takes off a goal scorer and scores 10 goals, the price goes up dramatically because everybody's looking for goal scorers. So you got to also look at players that you believe will improve upon and score more goals. And I had players like Eber in New York City FC who came and scored a lot of goals, and Ismail Tajori-Shradi as well, who didn't score much before that and scored 11 goals for us. And now you see Tati Castellano as well in NYCFC scoring goals. So, I believe he's the same profile, a guy who's got the qualities in the right system, provided service, coached well. We have a great coaching staff that'll put him in positions to score. And so we're confident that he'll be able to be a goal scorer for this year and into the next seasons ahead.
So given the current goal drought, how hard is it to stay the course in regards to your recruitment plan and not just throw money at the problem and, kind of panic buy?
Yeah, I mean, it's for us, we needed a 9. Didn't really change any plans because it was something we were looking to bring regardless of the unfortunate injury for Danny Hosen. But, it's in MLS, you can't throw money at the problem because it's proven that it doesn't work all the time. And I think there's certainly could be an urgency to try to fix things with immediate acquisitions, but you got to continue to build out the roster in the way we feel is right. We came into the season with Danny and Aaron Schoenfeld. They both got injured, so Cecilio and John Gallery have had to play as a 9. It's not their natural positions, and they've done well. But it wasn't going to stop us adding a young center forward in the summer. So now it's part of the plan as well. So we need to continue to add players, and not just for this season, but as we build for the next couple of years. And that's what Moussa is. He's an addition for this year, the rest of our season, but also a player that we feel in the coming years is going to be a great forward in MLS. Para meter el gol, y Moussa va a ser un jugador que no es solo para meter goles, pero también puede crear chances para otros jugadores. Y es otro jugador que nos da posibilidades de jugar en más ofensivo todavía. Cecilio puede jugar por la banda, que se siente más cómodo también, y donde él también puede marcar goles en el 1 contra 1, como hizo ya este año 3 veces. Pero sí, es para nosotros importante que los jugadores siguen trabajando fuerte. El último partido contra Colombia, que es uno de los mejores equipos de la liga, jugamos muy bien, y eso es también igual importante, ¿no? Tenemos que meter goles, pero también tenemos que seguir jugando bien, y eso va a venir. Entonces, no hay presión para Moussa para tratar de salvar él solo la situación. Él es uno más del equipo, es delantero, y cualquier delantero sabe que lo importante es meter goles, y él ya viene con esta mentalidad. Él quiere ser uno de los mejores delanteros de la liga, y viene con una motivación muy, muy alto para hacer eso. Entonces, estamos muy contentos, pero sí tenemos que seguir trabajando, y estoy seguro que cuando el primer gol viene en el estadio nosotros, que van a venir mucho más. He's a creative forward. He can score in a lot of different ways. He's very mobile, aggressive. He's, gets in good spots when, his teammates are looking to cross balls or put passes in dangerous situations and places in the penalty area. He's very much a player who has a unpredictable quality about him, which is good. He can make a 1-2. He can dribble by players. He can also be aggressive and pressure a defender and then create chances in that way. So he's got a lot of the attributes that of a forward that create chances and also score goals. And just you see his aggressiveness. That to me is very important. We still want to continue to pressure opponents as well when they have the ball. So we need a number 9 who wants to work hard and do the work on both sides of the ball. So, he's very well-rounded. We also, need to improve him. That's why, we bring any player here is to improve on their skill set that they have now. And, that's something that coaches are excited to work with Moussa. But all around, when you see right away his impact in games, the amount of attention that he brings from opposition defenders, you realize the respect that he has, because at any moment he can create a chance for himself or for his teammates, and that's the type of threat that we wanted to bring to Austin FC. So we're really excited. He's at a great age, sort of to make this next step in his career, and we're really happy to have him, and can't wait till he arrives here, hopefully soon after he gets his visa. And he's going to give our team a big lift for sure. And I'm positive that our fans are going to love watching him play. And with the atmosphere that we have in the stadium, it's going to be certainly exciting for him to put on the shirt and get out there as soon as possible.